Hey everybody, here are the 7 reasons why your family doesn't love you. Wait, that's the wrong video. Hey everybody, Rahul Shah, Doc Shah Financial, and if you survived that burn, well then I have good news for you because I do have an actual video here, and it's the 7 reasons why you are stuck in the middle class, and we're just going to go ahead and jump right into these. The number one reason by far is an overuse of credit. In fact, the Federal Bank of New York just put out a report saying that household debt recently hit 18 trillion. That's like 50 grand per person in America. It's crazy. So I'm going to give you a very quick understanding of what credit is for and what it's not for. Credit is for productive uses. So I always use this example. Let's say I have a pizza shop and I've got a line out the door, but I only have one oven. Well, this is a problem because the line is so long that people get fed up and they leave. So I got to make more pizzas. I need a second oven, but I don't have enough money today to have a second oven. So I go to the bank and I tell them, hey, look, I've got this business. I need a loan. The bank's like, blah, blah, blah. We don't give it down. We give money to anybody because the government reimburses us. So I get the money and I build a second pizza oven. Now, I have twice as many ovens, so I can serve twice as many customers. Now, with the money that I make serving twice as many customers, I can ultimately pay the bank back and I'm left with this second pizza oven that is now free and clear and I can serve twice as many customers. So in this example, I borrowed money to make a productive capital investment that generated a return. That is what leverage is traditionally used for, and that's what it should be used for. But the way that it's used today is that people just borrow money to buy things, so things that aren't producing a return. So people borrow money to buy iPhones, they borrow money to buy cars, they borrow money on their credit cards, they do all kinds of borrowing, and that will perpetually keep you poor. When you borrow money to buy things that don't produce any return, you're just throwing money down the drain and you're paying interest on that. It's very expensive. And I'm going to give you a very quick example here. Let's say that you finance a $50,000 car at 7% for 60 months. You would wind up paying about $9,500 in interest, making the total cost of this car $60,000. You basically spent 20% extra financing this car than if you had just cut a check for $50,000 on the day that you bought it. And people don't realize this because they think psychologically when they borrow money that, hey, I'm paying in smaller increments, it's more manageable, this is better for me. When it's not, you actually wind up cutting a much bigger check to the bank because of the luxury of paying over time. So if you want to be financially free and break out of the middle class, you can't keep borrowing money. You have to live beneath your means for a small period of time, and it's not forever, but you have to keep investing over this period of time so that your capital base, the amount of your investments that's actually generating interest, keeps snowballing, and then that capital base can take care of you down the line, and then you can go crazy. I tell people all the time, you want to buy cars, buy houses, there's nothing wrong with that. Don't listen to people that tell you that you're not supposed to like nice things. You can like nice things, but you can't go into debt for these nice things. You got to be disciplined. Oh, and one tip I just remembered, by the way, is if you want to get kind of an idea of what you can and can't afford, use a debit card for 1 month. Try it out. You'll be very surprised to see, you'll be probably more disciplined, but you'll start to realize that, hey, it's not going to kill me if I don't buy something that I want. And 1 month of using a debit card can really set you straight on defining the boundary of what you can afford versus what you can't afford, and also proving to yourself that you can be happy. The second thing that keeps people perpetually stuck in the middle class is not investing or avoiding investing. Not just not doing it, but going out of their way to not do it. And I get it. It's scary to put your capital into the markets or in any sort of an investment. But what's even more scarier and more riskier is not ever investing, because what's going to happen is that inflation is going to erode the purchasing power of every dollar that you save but isn't invested. And ultimately, when you go to spend it in retirement, it's not going to go anywhere near as far. Even if inflation averages 2% for 30 years, which it's not, it's way more. But let's just, operate under this, false premise that it's only 2%. Then that's about 50% of your purchasing power that's eroded. So you have 100 grand today, 30 years, it's worth 50 grand. Still 100 grand in your pocket, but it's not going to buy 100 grand worth of stuff. So you got to learn how to invest. And it doesn't mean that you need to go out and buy penny stocks. It doesn't mean that you need to go out and buy super risky things. But educate yourself on good investing, on index funds, on ETFs, even buying individual stocks. And if you need help managing your portfolio, I do that for clients all the time, but that's not the point of this video. The point is, whether you do it yourself or through somebody else or through me, get comfortable investing, because it's that investment, that capital base, that's going to take care of you in your old age when you need it the most. So you got to start now. Don't be afraid. Okay, number 3 is trying to keep up with the Joneses. So if you are, on social media, or you're paying attention to your neighbors or your friends, family, colleagues, you are going to start to notice that there are certain people that look like they're doing really well. And it's very tempting to try and keep up with these people. So you want to buy the newest cars. You want to buy a nicer house. You want to buy better clothes. You have to realize that true happiness is not derived from the things that you own. True happiness is derived from who you are as a person. And the sooner that you understand that, the better investor, the better saver, the better off with your money you'll be. You don't need to impress anybody. Seriously, it doesn't matter. And the best way to do this, in my opinion, to get over this mentality of, oh, I need to buy this or that just to keep up with people who look like they have it together, is to get off social media. You don't have to necessarily delete it from your life forever, but go a month, don't use social media, and you'll start to notice that you don't really compare yourself to other people anymore, and you don't care what other people are doing. You just care about yourself, and you care about how can I be better than the person I was yesterday. I've never met one person in my entire life that deleted social media and said this was the worst thing that they ever did, and they wound up spending more money. It's the opposite. 10 out of 10 times. Your life's going to be better, and you're going to spend way less money because you're not going to be focused on other people. You're going to be focused on yourself and your family. Okay, number 4 is ignoring tax planning. This one is crazy because everybody seems to ignore this, yet taxes are the biggest expense in your life. I mean, there are a lot of you watching this right now who are in the middle class who are probably paying close to a 35 to 40% effective tax rate. You guys are paying way more than you need to. I manage over $2 million in assets. I do tax planning for clients every single day. There are so many strategies that everyday Americans can use to lower their taxes. You can use 401ks, solo 401ks, Roth 401ks, Roth IRAs, traditional IRAs, backdoor Roths, mega backdoor Roths, Roth conversions, QSBS, QBI, tax loss harvesting, tax gain harvesting. I mean, there are so many tax strategies that you can use to lower your taxes and manage them not just in 1 year, but over the lifetime of your years. And not only that, but doing effective tax planning in 1 year has benefits that compound over the long run. For example, if you do one tax planning strategy that saves you $10,000 in a year and you invest that at 8% for 35 years, that's about $150,000 of income that you have now that you wouldn't have had because you made one tax planning move. You do this every single year to some extent and you invest those proceeds, you're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars extra in income and probably close to $100,000 in tax savings. So you're getting the best of both worlds, and it's really not that complicated to do. There are so many strategies that you can take advantage of, so don't think that you're just stuck. You know, I make a W-2 salary or I get self-employment income and I can't do anything about my taxes. There is a lot you can do. Number 5 is only having one stream of income. The problem with this, besides the obvious, if you lose it, you don't have any other money. That's unfortunate. You don't want to be homeless. But the other problem is that it's really not in your control if you only have one stream of income. See, most people work for somebody, and it's not up to you to pay yourself more. So you're at the mercy of your employer, and your employer is not going to pay you more. I hate to break it to you, but they're just not. And if you really want to make more money, you're going to have to probably have other sources of income. Now, there's a million videos on here that's like, 7 side hustles this, 8 passive income ideas, blah, blah, blah. This is not that type of video. I'm not going to list out different things for you and you go, hey, I can make money on that. I'm going to pick that. What I want to do is tell you the framework to evaluate side hustles. And it's really simple. There's only 2 rules. You either have to be passionate about it or it can't be time consuming. Understand that. If you are not passionate about a side hustle and it's very time consuming, this is a recipe for disaster. Okay, so the best side hustles are the ones that you're passionate about and don't take up a lot of time. Because if you are really passionate about it, you're going to make money. You're going to do a great job, and the side hustle is going to be really, really good, and you're going to have fun doing it. So when you look at a list of side hustles, remember, you got to really like it, and it can't be time consuming. Number 6, keeping you stuck in the middle class is not prioritizing learning and relationships. This is so important because ultimately your income is a consequence of your skill set. And if you never improve your skill set, well, you're not going to make more money. But what people also don't realize is that your income is tied to your network. It's sort of a function of who you know. And if you don't know anybody, well, then your opportunities to increase your income are very limited. And so I tell clients and people in general all the time, just get out there. Go volunteer, go sign up for a sports league, go do the things that you've always wanted to do, even if it's outside of your comfort zone. In fact, especially if it's outside of your comfort zone, because that's what's going to help you grow as a person a lot more. And you never know who you're going to meet, what opportunities you're going to get, and how much you're going to improve your skill set by doing things that are outside of your comfort zone. Never stop learning and prioritizing having really good relationships. And that's going to take you so far in life. You're going to need to have two things in your favor if you really want to bump up and get out of the middle class. You're going to need to keep learning, and you're going to need to know people. So get out there, learn, and have good relationships. And number 7 that's keeping you stuck in the middle class is not exercising. That's right. It's not a financial tip, but it's a life tip that's going to help you make a lot more money. When you exercise, it requires a lot of discipline, and that discipline bleeds into every aspect of your life. And you will not only look really good, but you're going to feel like $1 million. And yes, that is a pun, but it's true. And it's only a matter of time before your wallet has $1 million. Well, maybe not your wallet. That'd be a fat wallet. But well, if inflation, $1 million back. Anyway, beside the point. But it's only a matter of time before your bank account also shows $1 million. Because when you exercise, you understand the concept of, like I said, discipline, but goal setting, sticking to those goals, and you start to get addicted to getting better every day. And the motivation that comes along with that doesn't stop just at working out, but it's going to carry on into your work, into your side hustles, and just into your general financial life. So go exercise, start small. You don't have to go bench 225 the first day you step foot in the gym. In fact, you don't even have to step foot in the gym. You can just go for a walk. I mean, you could do the most simple exercise and it counts. So build discipline, and trust me, it's going to bleed into your financial life, and you're going to make a lot more money just from that one really good habit. All right, guys, so there you have it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you need any help with financial planning or investment management, just shoot me an email, raul@dakshafinancial.com. I'd love to hear from you and if I can help you. And thanks so much for watching. See you in the next one.